3/4 of the Earth's surface. It falls in the form of rain to water the land. It is used to fight fires and win. It heals, baptizes, and blesses. It cleans our cars, our clothing, our bodies. It is water, a big part of our world, a big part of who we are. As a matter of fact, more than 75% of our bodies are just that, water. Then, of course, we're drinking a lot of water, right? Wrong. As society's tastes have changed from Adventures with Timmy and Lassie to the nonsensical humor of the Bundy family, so have our habits. And one of those habits, what we drink, has also changed dramatically. Where there used to be few choices, there are until now unheard of conflicts called cola wars. And water gets left behind. So you may say, stop crying in your no-calorie, high-caffeine, NutraSweet injected cola. It's progress. Just as we thought the phonograph was a grand invention, CD players are now considered the norm. Higher tech is better, especially in today's world. Water's too boring, too simple, too blah. Anyway, what difference does it make? Maybe a big one.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Watson. For the next half hour, we're going to talk about water. Specifically, if water has the power to change your life, maybe even save it. What it comes down to is this: drinking 8 glasses of water a day. Now, that's something we've all been told to do, but why? Because it's good for us. Well, the answer may be a lot more important than that. We're going to introduce you to some people who have amazing, almost unbelievable stories to tell about drinking water.
I was having problems with my legs, collapsing, falling down, so I went to the doctor, and they told me they ran some blood tests, and they told me that I had signs of muscular dystrophy.
But Ed Dupre doesn't have it anymore, and he says it's because of water.
So I just started drinking the water, and in about a week it stopped.
What stopped for Sam LaGuarrie was years of angina and hiatal hernia pain, and he says the cure is here.
Yeah, I've seen it happen. And then some of my parishioners, not many, but some of them began to speak to me and to Bob about how they felt the water had helped them.
From mentioning it on the altar to seeing it in the doctor's office.
At first I was sort of skeptical because, like anyone else, I would say, water, how's water going to help you out?
But Dr. Jose Rivera says it was water that helped him get years of a serious asthma problem under control.
Even people that I know would tell me, said, boy, Bob, I say, you went off the deep end, throwing money away on something like this.
I was going to say, don't some people think you're crazy?
Oh, absolutely.
And we'll talk to a man who spent hundreds of thousands of dollars out of his own pocket telling us to drink water. All of these people's stories lead back to this man, Dr. Faridun Batmanghelidj. He has spent years researching and writing and has come up with this book, Your Body's Many Cries for Water. Dr. Batman, as his followers affectionately call him, says that most people live a life of chronic dehydration and that a lifetime of not enough water catches up with us in the form of disease and allergies. This is just a list of a few of them.
Healthcare in America, its crisis is because the professionals and the public don't know when the human body is thirsty. Once we understand the thirst mechanism of the body, once we understand the crisis cause of the body for water, 60%, 65, 70% of the healthcare costs will disappear.
That's a big claim to make. Is it true? We'll have some first-hand accounts coming up next.
How much water would you say you drink? Probably about a glass.
1 glass of water a day?
Yeah.
You got some antifreeze.
Ed Dupre, an auto parts salesman, didn't drink much water either until his doctor told him he had the beginnings of a serious, debilitating disease.
I was having problems with my legs, collapsing, falling down, so I went to the doctor, and they told me they ran some blood tests, and they told me that I had signs of muscular dystrophy. So I went to another doctor to verify their findings, and he said, you got early signs of muscular dystrophy, that your muscles are deteriorating. So I'm thinking within 2 years, you know, they're going to be pushing me around in a wheelchair or something, and I just said to myself that I can't let that happen.
So Ed started drinking water. He had heard of Dr. Batman's book, so he decided to give it a try. 1 month later, Ed went back for more tests, but the results had changed. No signs of muscular dystrophy.
I feel good. I knew that I would not.
The doctor was like, he couldn't believe like what was happening. He asked if I changed my lifestyle, my habits. I told him, yeah. I said, I started drinking water. I started drinking almost 3 quarts of water a day. Just kept drinking and drinking and drinking. So then he sent me for more tests. Went for more tests, and they came back negative. So he took more blood work, and then my muscle enzyme levels went back down to normal. And he's still scratching his head today. He can't figure out what caused this to happen.
So good.
I believe that the water had a lot, I'd say 100% to do with it.
So good. I got you.
Those words are music to Bob Butts' ears. A year ago, he read Dr. Batman's water book and became convinced of water's power to heal and prevent health problems. So convinced, he has dedicated himself to letting the world know about it. The owner of CK Auto and Music, Bob has taken thousands of dollars from his advertising budget and has used it to buy commercials for water.
Dr. Batmanghelidj, famed researcher on the curative powers of water, has written a must-read book, Your Body's Many Cries for Water.
You're obsessed with water. When do you think you'll stop being obsessed?
When this is out and accepted. You do have water in there, huh?
Yeah, that's water in there. 100% pure.
And Bob spends most of his time trying to get the word out on water through his advertising and through telling every single person he meets.
You know, I noticed one thing about it. Since I've been drinking water, my hair's coming in thicker.
What do you want out of yourself for this?
The thrill of knowing you've made a difference on somebody else's life.
You don't want money?
Oh, God, no. It's not that I have no interest in it, but I will in no way associate with anything that could get me $1.
And you know there's going to be people who say, Bob, you're in the auto parts business.
I know as much about this as I do auto parts. I don't know anything about a car.
Oh, that's comforting.
We're only going to live so many years, and bingo. And any accomplishments that I've had in terms of money can compare with the feeling you get when you have somebody walk into your place with a big smile and say, boy, it's like being 25 or 30 years old again.
I feel nice. I sugar inspired.
Someone who knows about feeling young again is Sam Liguori, radio DJ for WARD.
With our Workshop by Phone Club, Sam Liguori on WARD 1550 AM. And I'll tell you what, we have a few more items we're going to go over with you in just a little bit. We put some sod in the backyard last week because we saw our swimming pool. And I'm shoveling dirt and sand out of there. And if I did that 5 years ago, I'd have so much pain in my chest that I wouldn't be able to stand it.
Years of angina and hiatal hernia pain had taken its toll on Sam's life.
The nights are cool and I'm a fool. Each star's a pool of water.
I couldn't sleep in bed. My wife was ready to leave. I mean, I couldn't go to bed. I was sleeping in a recliner downstairs for all those years, all those nights.
But with the dawn, I'll wake and yarn, carry on.
It was hard to come in, and you know, being in broadcasting, you have to get up every morning to come in to work. Being on the air, you have to sound bright and happy all the time, and a lot of times I was in pain, and I had to get through it.